Hey guys, Barbara here. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. I'm here with a review for you guys, and let me show you what I'm going to be reviewing. The Power Pressure Cooker XL. Alright guys, so let's run through quickly what all comes with this pressure cooker, okay? Because it comes with the manual, of course, but it comes with a few bonus things, alright? So the first thing is the home canning guide, and there's a little cookbook that comes with it that I totally will never get to use, I don't think, because it doesn't have stuff in there that I want to make. It comes with the steamer tray that I've never used because that's what you would put your vegetables on, and I don't see me steaming vegetables in the pressure cooker, okay? But it's fun to come with that. It comes with the ladle, the measuring cup, and the condensation collector. Now, let me tell you something about this little thing right here. It is so necessary to the pressure cooker, but it's such a pain in the butt because it goes missing constantly. It's supposed to like hook up here, kind of like a rice cooker, and it collects all the condensation. But it keeps going missing behind the other stuff that I have on my countertop, and my heart's always in my mouth. So that's the one thing that I want to get off the bat. Now let me tell you guys, I tried 5 recipes in the pressure cooker before I decided to do this review. And I started off first of all with a whole chicken. I didn't cut it up into parts, and I wanted to see how quickly it would cook it and how well it would be done, and if it's something that I would like, because I like my baked chicken to be a certain way. So let's begin with the first recipe, okay? This is a whole chicken in the pressure cooker. After washing the chicken with distilled white vinegar, Joe seasoned it to perfection. And now we're just going to put some extra virgin olive oil in the unit. Look how beautiful it still looks inside because it's brand new. Now let me go ahead and put the chicken in chest up, and then go over to the control panel and set the timer. So we start off with keep warm, cancel. Then we go to chicken meat. It automatically gives it 15 minutes to brown the chicken. Yes, you can brown in this unit. After a few minutes, flip it over to the other side, and then just pour the drainings of the broth in from when you season the chicken. And then now Joe's adding some onions and some cilantro because that's what we happen to like, but you can put what you like. And the only thing left to do is to put the lid on and lock it into place, and then close the valve. And then now keep warm, cancel again, and go to meat chicken and set the timer for about 23 minutes because this chicken is about, I'd say, 3 or 4 pounds. And after 23 minutes, this is what you have. Now, personally for me, I'd like my chicken to be a little bit drier, but after coming home from work tired and hungry, I'd rather have this in 23 minutes than to go and buy the junk that's sold on the street. Now, what fun is a pressure cooker if I don't try beef in it, right? So for this recipe, I am making Belizean stewed beef and okra, or okra. I use my shears to cut the meat into bite-sized pieces. Next, I'm going to wash with some white distilled vinegar. And you guys know that I always say distilled white vinegar, but you know what I mean, right? You can also use lemon juice or lime juice. This is a Caribbean type thing, but I've also heard that the citrus will tenderize the meat, so don't knock it till you've tried it. I'm going to use cayenne, powdered ricotta, which is the annatto, black pepper, and salt, and I'm going to make a rub. So just let me toss this all together here, or mix it all together, and then throw it on top of the beef and just get it worked in with my hand. These are the other ingredients: some diced frozen okra. I've peeled and diced the potatoes into chunks. The meat is ready, and I also have some diced onions. This is like half of a large onion. Now over to the unit, some extra virgin olive oil again. Look how the insides look, guys. This is what I didn't like because it looks kind of shabby right away. I've set the I pressed the keep warm, cancel button, and then set the timer for 15 minutes on chicken meat. And this is what I like about the unit. It browns evenly and quickly. So now it's time to add the onion and the potatoes and the okra. And 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. The little bit of leftover broth that we have from seasoning the meat will be added right now. And then for beef, you need water. So 2 cups of extra added water. For chicken, you don't add any water because it releases a lot of water. Lock it into place, and then close the valve. And now we're gonna go to the panel and set the soup stew button. You always have to go to keep warm, cancel, okay, first. Then set the timer for 1 hour, and then open the valve in 1 hour and let the steam come out. Be careful because it will burn you. And look, see? Stewed beef and okra to perfection in 1 hour, guys. Normally on the stovetop, this would take me 2.5 to 3 hours. So I am very pleased with this. So I can make this more often. Oh my goodness. Now, this next dish is my favorite. I just love split peas. And of course, over here in America, they call it split pea soup. So I wanted to see how quickly the pressure cooker would cook the split peas and if they would be well done the way I like them. So here we go, split pea soup. This is 1 pound or 1 pack of washed yellow split peas. Of course, you can use the green. I've peeled and cut these potatoes into large chunks. You don't want it diced into small chunks, okay? Some diced onion, some sliced ham, and of course, don't forget dumplings. I made the dumplings from scratch, but this is not the important part of the recipe today, so I'll teach you that another time. This is 4 cups of water that I'm adding to the unit. When it comes to beans or lentils, you need a lot of water, okay? It's not like when you're doing meats. Let me put the insert inside the unit. And then next, I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on. You always want to make sure that you hear that locking sound, okay? Don't trust it if you don't hear that locking sound. Plug it in, hit keep warm, cancel, hit lentils, set the timer for 30 minutes. You can't set it for longer than 30 minutes when it comes to beans or lentils. Be sure to close the valve. Always double check that. And then just walk away. And then 30 minutes later, release the steam. Be careful. I always warn you guys, be careful with that. And then you open it up and this is what you have. Now you can add your salt and black pepper. Now I know a lot of chefs will say it's not real split pea soup if you don't see the chunks of peas in it, but I don't like it like that. So this is my perfect split pea soup and I look forward to doing this time and time again in this unit. 30 minutes, guys. Can you believe 30 minutes split pea soup with all the fixings, the ham, the dumpling, and everything? You just toss it in there, walk away, sit down and watch one of these sitcoms and you're back and your soup is ready. Now for the next one, I'm going to try good old-fashioned chicken soup. I've already washed these pieces of legs and thighs with some lemon juice this time, and I'm adding some ricotta, salt, and black pepper to the pieces. And I have some olive oil already heating up in the pressure cooker because I plugged it in and set the timer for the 15 minutes. And I'm just going to put the pieces in here and have them get brown. Now, if you have a lot of pieces, don't double stack them, okay? But I don't have too many pieces today because it's just, you know, a small pot of chicken soup that I'm going to make. So now, after it's brown on all sides, you just want to go ahead and add the onions in here on this in the same fat and just allow them to saute. This is pretty easy, right? And then I'm just going to add some potatoes that I've peeled and cut into chunks. When using the pressure cooker, I found that you don't want your potatoes to be in small dices because they will disappear into whatever you're making, okay? So now some cilantro, 2 cups of water because we are making soup. So we want to add some water when we're making chicken soup. Add the pieces back in with the broth that it's sitting in. And I don't ever add the salt and pepper now. I do it after when it's done because I want to taste it when it's done. Lock it into place. Close the valve, of course. And then hit keep warm, cancel. And then this time hit soup stew. And set the timer for about 25 minutes or so. And then this is what you have. Pretty easy. You have chicken soup in no time at all, which is exactly what's needed when somebody is ill or on a cold winter's day. For my 5th and final meal, I tried a roast. And that's because the roast is thicker than the beef that I had for this stew beef and okra and stuff. I wanted to see how long it would take to cook it and if it would be tender and also moist. So take a look at roast beef. Joe has 2 pieces of the roast beef seasoned here, but we're only going to cook 1 piece at this time. We've got some olive oil in the pan. He hit the keep warm cancel button first, then the chicken meat, and then it sets the clock for 15 minutes. He has browned the beef on all sides. Now he's sauteing onions and adding cilantro. This little bit of broth that's left over, now he's just going to go ahead and put the lid on and close the valve. And then an hour later, he opens up the valve to release the steam. And then we open it up and this is what we have here. The roast, perfectly done, soft. And he's just going to put it in this dish so we can see how much gravy we have from just that little bit of broth that we put in, guys. Now, this is what happened. The markings rubbed off or steamed off, and I had to repaint it with nail polish. This is the markings that tell you if the valve is open or closed. Can you believe it took 1 hour to cook that roast? That was so awesome and no excessive cleanup. The house didn't get hot and sticky and the roast was tender. It had a lot of gravy to go with it. Absolutely wonderful. Now let me show you the cleanup of this unit. All you got to do is remove this insert like this. It took us a while to find this out, okay? And there's a big old note on it saying remove this. You take it out and you clean up all this condensation because if you don't, it's going to start smelling, all right? And then pretty much you wipe it down, you wash the canister on the inside, and I just apply a light little coating of grease, you know, on my fingertips on it to make it look nice on the inside. and pretty much it's this easy to clean it up. So this is something that you're going to always want to use. Take a look at what all the pressure cooker can do. You can keep things warm, or you can cancel what you're doing, adjust the time, and then the chicken meat button is what we use a lot to brown things. You can do fish and vegetables, which I've not done yet, beans and lentils, which I've done, rice and risotto. I've done this in rice and beans. Yes, I did do rice and beans in this. You can also make it slow cook. You can make soups and stews, which I did, canning, which I've not done, and I've never used the delayed timer, okay? But pretty much it's very, very simple to use. So now let's get into the pros and cons about the pressure cooker. What I like about it and what I don't like about it. So the first thing that I don't like is that the inside of the pan looks awful after the first use. I really wish it could have kept its shine and its newness even after that first use. The stuff doesn't stick to it though, so it's still okay. I didn't like that on the valve, that the paint that shows you when the valves open and close, that kind of rubbed off immediately or steamed off immediately, and I had to paint that with nail polish. And I didn't like how easy it is to lose the condensation collector. So those are the three things that I don't like about the pressure cooker. Other than that, now let's get into the stuff that I love about the pressure cooker, okay? So let's run through the list. I love how fast it is to prepare the food, the fact that the meats are tender and succulent, how easy and quick the cleanup is, how compact the unit is, it does not take up a lot of space on the countertop, and the price, of course. This unit is the 6-quart and it costs $99 plus the tax. I didn't buy it online. I think online is a little bit more because they give you more stuff. They do have 2 other sizes that I didn't know anything about, and I think if I did, I would have been kind of greedy and try to get the 8 ounce or the 10 ounce, but you know what, it's fine. The 6 ounce is more than enough. I have a family of 5 and it serves us well, okay? It's the right size for a family of 5. If you have a bigger family, you might want to spring for the 10-quart, which of course is more. So this is, as seen on TV, the Power Pressure Cooker XL. Like I said, I've always told you guys my show is not sponsored by anyone, but I did get this paid for because my friends Alfredo and Cleo, husband and wife, they gave me a gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond, and I used it to buy this and a bunch of skillets. And I've absolutely loved using this, and I've been wanting to do a review on this for a while, but I had to gather all the dishes that I was doing. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm not gonna, as you guys can see, the review is not like this pressure cooker against another one. It's not a comparison because this is my first and only pressure cooker that I've ever owned. And I've always been afraid to own a pressure cooker because when I was a kid, my mom had one that was on the stovetop, you know, from the 70s, and she put fear of God in us about the pressure cooker. So I'm gonna put some fear in you too. Always remember to take, when you're doing this valve, this is what I do. I use a serving fork to do release the steam. I don't ever put my hand there, my finger there, because it will burn you and it's gonna be a bad burn, okay? I hope you guys love this review. If you like it, please share it with someone for me. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you for commenting. I'm gonna go read your comments to see what you have to say. And like I said, I put it against what I would do on the stovetop and not necessarily what I would do in the slow cooker, because the slow cooker is called slow cooker for a reason, right? So this can also slow cook. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and sharing. Please check out my other channels to the right of your screen, the cooking channel, the vlog channel, and Joe's channel. All the links are in the description box below.